Please like this video and subscribe to our channel. There are several ways in which you can sign into your Chromebook. Today I'm going to show you one of the ways you've probably not used. Now normally you would come to this screen and you'd type in your password and you'd be logged onto your Chromebook. This is the opening screen when you first turn on your Chromebook. You can shut down, you can browse as a guest, or you can add a person. Today we're going to talk about browsing as a guest. You will notice over on the other side, on the bottom, we don't have any connection. We're not connected until we either log on, and it may remember we're signed on to, or we may have to sign on to the local router. In this case, there's not going to be anything in memory. So when we click on Browse as Guest, you're now browsing as a guest. Pages you view in this window won't appear in the browser history, and they won't leave other traces, like cookies, on the computer after you sign out. Files you download and bookmarks you create won't even be preserved. We're going to come down here and connect to the internet by clicking here. We're going to choose the router of our choice, which is the local router, and then I have to remember the password. Now I think I've got the right one, and we'll connect. Look down here and watch it, and bingo, we are connected. So now we can do two things. We can either go to Google Chrome, or we can look at files. So let's look at files to see if there's anything there. Under downloads, it's empty. If I look at videos, there's nothing there. If we look at images, there's nothing there. In other words, whenever you use the guest mode, whatever you had will disappear. Now, if I click on the SD card, those files are still there. But let's come back to My Files and Downloads. And so we'll close this. Simply because we're connected to the internet, we can go to any website. So let's go to, now even though I've gone here before, it doesn't remember anything. But when we connect, we're on just like we were on the Chromebook, signed in as us, but we're not signed in as anybody. We are a guest. We can sign into our account if we wished, or we could sign into a different account. Or if you're letting somebody use your Chromebook as a guest, they can sign into their account and look at their Gmail and so on. And when they log out, it will not remember the information once we close out of the guest mode. I am going to do a screen capture. Bingo, I have a screen capture. And so we're going to now come out to Files. We're going to look in Downloads. And there's our screen capture. Okay, let's see what else. There's not much else you can do except whatever you can do in your browser, you can do while you're signed in. So when we're done, what we're going to do is we're going to come down here and we're going to say, okay, let's exit guest. Brings us back to the screen, and let's browse as a guest again. And let's go to Files and Downloads. There's nothing there. It did not save that file. If I was connected to my Google account and took a picture and then saved it to my Google Drive, and then when I accessed it later on Google Drive and signed into my account, it would be there. On the local computer, when you're a guest, anything you do will not be saved on the computer, and it doesn't keep track of any place you've gone, what you've done. So if we go here and we look at history, we don't see any history. So using the guest account will allow you to do a lot of things, or allow you to let guests in your home, kids, grandkids sign in and use their Google account or no account and use the browser and go and do whatever they need to do. And again, to exit guest, I can shut down and screen capture, notifications. Obviously, we're not going to do any of that, and we can exit as the guest. Then we can sign in to our regular account, or we can shut down. The guest mode is perfect for when you want to let someone borrow your Chromebook and protect your online accounts at the same time. You may want to disable it, or if it's not enabled, to enable it. And this is how you would do it. You go to your settings, you go to security and privacy, and then manage other people. And it is here that you would enable guest browsing if it's turned off, or you can disable it if it's turned on just by clicking on it. That's all you have to do to make sure that you have guest browsing if you wish to have it. If you want to make sure that you have the latest version of the Chrome operating system or the Chrome OS, you can do so by going to your settings and then about Chrome OS. You click on it, you'll see what the current version of the Chrome OS is, and you can check for an update. You click on this, it will go out and check. If there is a new one, it will start downloading and installing the new one. If it's up to date, it'll tell you so and give you the version that you have. While we're here, the Chrome OS, like the Chrome browser, comes in several flavors. If you don't mind a few bugs and a few crashes, you can switch to a more cutting-edge version of the operating system before it becomes widely available, which means you'll get all the new features before they roll out for everyone else. Now, I do caution you, if this is your main computer and you don't want to worry about it crashing when you need it and have problems with it, I don't recommend what I'm going to show you. You will go to additional details and then go to the channel. Currently, I'm on the stable channel. To do this, you can change the channel. You can have the channel on stable, which means that you're going to have the fewest bugs. If you go to change channel, you can change it to beta, which has some occasional bugs, or you can go to the developer on stable and change the channel to it and have the most bugs. You can switch back whenever you would like. You just click on which one you want, and when you do so, you can change the channel. In my case, I'm just going to cancel it, but you can see what you can do. Now let's move back one level here again, and where we saw the Chromebook update, or whether we were up to date. Come down here and notice that under additional details, you'll see the update schedule. This device will get automatic software and security updates until June 2025. The end of life of Chromebooks now is listed on your Chromebook, on your particular model. On the other Chromebook that I have, the end of life is June of 2022. And if you want to click on Learn More about this, it talks about the information concerning it, but you can also look at the various brands. You're considering buying a new Chromebook, you can find the brand, click on it, all the models of that brand are listed, and you can see when the end of life comes for that model. So the Pixelbook Go will be, the end of life will be June 2026. But if you have the 2015 Chromebook Pixel, it actually already expired and is not being updated. You can check the date when your updates no longer be available on your Chromebook. To power wash your Chromebook can be accomplished very easily. Let's go to our settings, and then we're going to go to advanced, go all the way down to the bottom, and you'll see reset settings power wash. All you have to do is click the reset. I believe it'll then prompt you. I'm not going to chance it, but I believe it prompts you. Are you sure you want to do this? And when you do, it'll take you back. It'll remove all your user accounts and reset your Chrome device to be just like new. So it gets you back to factory fresh. You sign in with your account, and it will repopulate with all of your icons and connect you back up to your Google Drive, and you'll be ready to go just as if you never did this, but your computer will be totally reset. I'm often asked if I will lose my files if I reset my Chromebook. In other words, power wash it. One of the advantages of Chromebooks is that the vast majority of your data is kept in the cloud rather than on the machine itself. This means that when you reset one, you don't have to worry about whether your files will safely make the transition. There are a few notable exceptions, though. Anything in your downloads folder will be deleted, as will any other music, pictures, videos that you are currently storing on your device. Although if you have copies in Google Drive, then they will be safe online. The easiest way to check what's on your hard drive is to open the Files app and select My Files section from the left-hand column. In here, you will see any folders on your device and the files kept within them. If you find ones that are important and not already stored in Google Drive, quickly make backup copies and pop them in your Google Drive folder. Let's take a look at what I'm saying. What we're going to do is come here and go to Files. Let's full screen this. And you'll see here you have downloads. In the downloads folder, we double click it, are all the things that are on my local drive. And I have quite a few. If I wanted to save those, if I was going to do a power wash, I would lose everything that's in this folder and anything in the audio, images, or videos. So if I looked at videos, I would see some things here and some images maybe. And anything audio, I'm not sure, probably not. Okay, but anything in those places are on my local drive, and on a reset or power wash, I would lose them. So what I should do is highlight all of them and then copy them over to my Google Drive. And then in my Google Drive, I have a folder called Dell Chromebook, and in that I save files, or I can create another folder by any name, or if I wish, instead of putting it on the Google Drive, I can save it to my SD card that is in the local machine, because the SD card does not get wiped and does not get deleted when a power wash is done. That SD card, I can create a folder like I have here, old screenshots, or folder 1. I can create a folder, whatever I want, copy all of those files to it, and I have a backup of them. So when I do a power wash, I don't lose them. It doesn't happen often, but if your Chromebook has frozen and has become unresponsive, a quick reboot can sometimes get things running once more. To do so, simply hold down the power key until you see the machine turn off and reboot. You may have to hold down that power key between 10 and 15 seconds for it to be activated. When it does come back to the desktop, make sure that you log in and try updating the software to clear out any lingering bugs. And of course, to do that, you go to the settings about Chrome OS and check for updates.